Hello students, on behalf of Zoom Institute, I welcome you all in my first lecture of physics. Our aim is to give you the best on the topics of physics. We are going to start the very first topic of physics, and the chapter is electric charge and fields. In 11th class we have studied kinematics, as kinematics surrounds the motion. Kinematics जो है basically क्या है, मोशन के बारे में स्टडी है. इन द सेम वे इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स, दैट इज इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज एंड फील्ड, सराउंड्स द स्टडी ऑफ चार्ज. इन इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स वी स्टडी अबाउट चार्ज. व्हाट इज चार्ज? सो विच आर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ चार्ज वी हैव टू स्टडी इन दिस चैप्टर. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट अस नो व्हाट इज चार्ज. सो द वेरी फर्स्ट टॉपिक इन दिस चैप्टर इज व्हाट इज चार्ज. स्टूडेंट्स, चार्ज इज fundamental property of matter like mass. As mass is a fundamental property, जैसे mass किसी matter की fundamental property होती है, in the same way charge is also the fundamental property of matter. When a body gets charged, जब किसी body पे charge आ जाता है, it exerts force and it possesses energy. So we can say charge is the fundamental property of matter in terms of which we can study force and energy interaction. So students, what is charge? Charge is the basic or fundamental characteristic of particle of matter in terms of which we study force and energy interaction. Now the question is that types of charges. Next is types of charges. So students, charges are of two types. One is called positive charge and the second is called negative charge. Charges are of two types, positive charge and negative charge. Suppose we take a glass rod. मान हमने क्या लिया बेटा, एक glass rod ली and rub the glass rod with silk. When we rub glass rod with silk, electrons are transferred from glass to silk. Since glass rod is going to lose the electrons, glass rod is giving electrons, that's why glass rod will become what? Positive. Silk is taking electrons, that's why silk will become negative. In this way students, charges are of two types, positive charge and negative charge. Here you can put a question before me which is generally not given in the books. Why electrons are transferred from glass to silk? Why the electrons are not transferred from silk to glass rod? So question is that why electrons are transferred only from glass rod to silk, not from silk to glass rod. Electrons silk से glass rod में transfer क्यों नहीं होते? Reverse process क्यों नहीं possible? Why the electrons are not transferred from silk to glass rod? Students, there is a series, that series is called triboelectric series. Generally in books this series is not given, so I am going to write some members of this. Members are asbestos, the second member is glass, third member is nylon, wool, lead, silk, aluminium, paper, etc. So I have written only some members. मैंने आपके सामने बेटा कुछ member लिखे हैं. There are so many other members. Now when we rub any one material with other, then electrons are transferred from the member higher in the series to a member lower in the series. So when we have rubbed glass with silk, so glass is on higher level, so electrons are transferred from glass to silk. So electrons are transferred from a member higher in the series to a member lower in the series. So this is actually the triboelectric series, and with the help of this series we determine from which material electrons will be transferred. तो ट्राइबोइलेक्ट्रिक सीरीज हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, जिससे हमें ये पता लगता है कि इलेक्ट्रॉन्स किस मेटेरियल से किस मेटेरियल में ट्रांसफर होंगे. सो दस वी कैन से charges are of two types. Charge, दो तरह का होता है, पॉजिटिव चार्ज एंड नेगेटिव चार्ज। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दैट कि हाउ वी शैल डिटरमाइन द नेचर ऑफ चार्ज ऑन ए बॉडी। हम किसी बॉडी पर चार्ज की नेचर किस तरह पता करते हैं। सो द डिवाइस यूज्ड टू डिटरमाइन द नेचर ऑफ चार्ज ऑन ए बॉडी इज कॉल्ड स्टूडेंट्स गोल्ड लीफ electroscope. It is a device which is used to determine the charge on a body is gold leaf electroscope. किसी बॉडी पर चार्ज की नेचर पता करने के लिए जो डिवाइस यूज की जाती है स्टूडेंट्स, उस डिवाइस का नाम है गोल्ड लीफ इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप। इट इज वेरी सिंपल इन कंस्ट्रक्शन। देयर इज ए मेटलिक डिस्क connected a metallic rod. D is a metallic disc. This is a conducting rod. On the other end of it there are two very thin gold leaves and it is covered by a conducting chamber. So now I bring a positively charged rod and I touch the rod to the disc. When I shall touch the rod to the disc, the positive charge will transfer to these leaves and they will diverge. Now suppose I have to find out the charge on this pen. Now I shall again touch this pen to the disc. If the leaves further diverge, then the pen has positive charge, and if they converge, then the pen has negative charge. So once again I am going to tell you कि gold leaf electroscope किस तरह से किसी बॉडी के चार्ज को पता करता है। सबसे पहले हमने किसी पॉजिटिवली चार्ज रॉड को डिस्क डी से टच किया। जब रॉड को आप डिस्क डी से टच करोगे तो चार्ज रॉड के थ्रू लीव्स पर पहुंच जाएगा एंड द लीव्स विल डाइवर्ज। व्हेन द लीव्स विल डाइवर्ज, नाउ सपोज आई हैव टू फाइंड, मुझे पता करना है कि इस पेन पर कैसा चार्ज है। इस पेन पर चार्ज पता करने के लिए अब मैं इस पेन को डिस्क से टच करता हूं। अगर ये लीव्स और डाइवर्ज हो जाए तो इसका मतलब इस पेन पर वही चार्ज था जो पहले से ही लीव्स के ऊपर था, दैट इज पॉजिटिव। इफ द लीव्स कन्वर्स, लीव्स क्या होती है बेटा, पास पास आ जाती हैं, देन द चार्ज ऑन दिस पेन इज नेगेटिव। इन दिस वे गोल्ड लीफ इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप हेल्प्स अस टू डिटरमाइन द नेचर ऑफ द चार्ज ऑन ए बॉडी। स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी the important topic quantization of charge. Quantization of charge is important for CBE exams as well as your competitive exams. What is quantization of charge? There was an experiment that is called Millikan oil drop experiment. Scientist Millikan performed an experiment which is famous by the name of Millikan oil drop experiment. With the help of this experiment, he has shown that the smallest amount of charge that can exist in nature is charge of an electron. As electron is indivisible, the charge on a body will be equal to integral multiple of charge of an electron. So what is quantization of charge? Scientist Millikan performed एक्सपेरिमेंट, कौन सा एक्सपेरिमेंट था? मिलिकन ऑयल ड्रॉप एक्सपेरिमेंट। इस एक्सपेरिमेंट की सहायता से, इस एक्सपेरिमेंट के हेल्प से मिलिकन ने यह शो किया कि जो कम से कम चार्ज इस यूनिवर्स में एग्जिस्ट कर सकता है वो चार्ज है चार्ज ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रॉन। एंड इलेक्ट्रॉन इज इंडिविजुअल, इलेक्ट्रॉन को आप डिवाइड नहीं कर सकते। सो द चार्ज ऑन ए बॉडी, किसी भी बॉडी पर जो चार्ज होगा दैट विल बी इंटीग्रल मल्टीपल ऑफ चार्ज ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रॉन। दैट इज चार्ज ऑन ए बॉडी is equal to integral multiple of charge of an electron. What is n? N is an integer. So quantization of charge states that the charge on a body equals to integral multiple of electronic charge or integral multiple of fundamental charge. The value of this E is equal to 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So remember, quantization of charge is plus minus ne, where the value of n is given by 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. This charge E is called electronic or fundamental charge. What is E? E is called electronic or fundamental charge. Suppose anyone asks to you, calculate number of electron in 1 coulomb charge. सपोज स्टूडेंट्स आपको 1 कूलम चार्ज में नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कैलकुलेट करने हैं, देन वी शैल यूज दिस लॉ, Q इज इक्वल टू NE, N इज इक्वल टू Q अपॉन E. व्हाट इज Q? Q इज 1 कूलम एंड व्हाट इज E? 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. That will be equal to 10 to the power 19 upon 1.6, that is equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. So students, in this way we can calculate the number of electrons in 1 coulomb of charge using the law of quantization of charge. So this is the basic and the fundamental property, that is charge is quantized. Charge on a body equals to integral multiple of charge of an electron. The next property of charge is additive in nature. Charge is additive in nature. Suppose we consider the example of an extended source. मान लीजिए बेटा हम कोई बड़े सोर्स की बात कर रहे हैं, कोई एक बॉडी है, उस बॉडी के डिफरेंट पार्ट्स पर क्या चार्ज है बेटा, किस, दैट इज Q1, Q2, Q3, Qn. Suppose there is a body, on different parts of the body charges are Q1, Q2, Q3 and so on. Then the total charge on the body will be equal to sum. Which sum? Algebraic of all charges. That is Q is equal to Q1, Q2, Q3 up to so on Qn, or Q is equal to summation Qi, I is equal to 1 to n. Charge is additive. We are taking algebraic sum. हम क्या ले रहे हैं बेटा? algebraic sum ले रहे हैं. algebraic sum मैंने इसलिए वर्ड स्पेशल लिखा है, so that we can use the sign. algebraic sum का मतलब है जब हम चार्जेस का सम लेंगे तो चार्जेस का सम साइन के साथ लेंगे. अगर चार्ज पॉजिटिव है तो पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव है तो नेगेटिव. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड चार्ज इज एडिटिव इन नेचर. नेक्स्ट इज चार्ज इज कंजर्व्ड. नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ चार्ज इज चार्ज इज कंजर्व्ड. स्टूडेंट्स, लाइक एनर्जी, charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be transferred from one part of the system to the other part, but the total charge remains conserved. Just we have studied an example, a glass rod rubbed with silk. Initially the charge on the glass rod is what? 0. Initially the charge on the silk was 0, but when you have rubbed glass with silk, then glass rod will get positive charge, silk will get negative charge, but again the sum of these two will remain what? 0. Its meaning is that positive charge acquired by the glass rod in magnitude is equal to negative charge on the silk. Positive charge on the glass rod is equal to negative charge of the silk. So charge can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can be transferred from one body to other body. This statement is called charge is conserved. Now we come to the topic, students, methods of charging a body. Now our next topic is methods of charging a body. So now students, we study how we can charge a body. हम किसी बॉडी को किस तरह से चार्ज कर सकते हैं, दैट इज अवर नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. सो स्टूडेंट्स, देयर आर 3 मेथड्स टू चार्ज ए बॉडी. व्हाट आर दीज? नंबर 1, चार्जिंग बाय फ्रिक्शन. नंबर 2, चार्जिंग बाय कंडक्शन. And number 3, charging by induction. So first of all, charging by friction. We have studied earlier in the same video that when we rub a glass rod with silk, glass rod gets positive charge, silk acquires negative charge because electrons are transferred from glass to silk. When we rub a body with other body and the two bodies gets charged, then the process is called charging by friction. So to rub a glass rod with silk is an example of charging by friction. The two bodies are called electrified and the process is called electrification. When a body is charged, by rubbing it with other body, the body gets electrified and the process is called electrification. जब हम किसी बॉडी को दूसरी बॉडी से रब करके चार्ज करते हैं तो इस प्रोसेस को कहते हैं इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन. सो दीज आर द टू टर्म्स. बॉडी इज इलेक्ट्रिफाइड, इलेक्ट्रिफाइड मीन्स बॉडी पर चार्ज आ गया, एंड इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन इज द प्रोसेस. नाउ वी कम टू द सेकेंड, दैट इज चार्जिंग बाई कंडक्शन. क्वेश्चन इज दैट चार्जिंग बाई कंडक्शन, व्हाट डज इट मीन? चार्जिंग बाई कंडक्शन का क्या मतलब है? सपोज बच्चों, वी हैव ए बॉडी charging by conduction. Suppose we have a body, this body carries charge, this is another body, this body has no charge, and I touch the two bodies, then the charge is shared by the two bodies, that is the charge on this body is Q1, charge on this body is Q2, such that Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. मतलब जब एक चार्ज बॉडी को अनचार्ज बॉडी के कांटेक्ट में रखा जाता है तो चार्ज दोनों बॉडीज के बीच में शेयर हो जाता है. जब किसी चार्ज बॉडी को अनचार्ज बॉडी के कांटेक्ट में रखा जाता है तो चार्ज दोनों बॉडीज के बीच में शेयर हो जाता है. इस प्रोसेस को कहते हैं चार्जिंग बाय कंडक्शन. The important thing you have to remember even for future and numericals, that if the two bodies are identical in shape, size, etc., then the charge will be equally distributed. If two bodies are identical, if two bodies are identical, students, then charge is equally shared. So keep in mind, if the two bodies are identical, then charge is equally shared. Now the third part is your charging by induction. Now we come to the topic charging by induction. Basically, charging by induction means to charge a body without touching it. When a body is charged without touching it, then it is called, students, charging by induction. Charging by induction is the process to charge a body without touching it. Suppose this is a body. This body is neutral. So very important thing, first of all I shall discuss to you. A body is neutral. What does it mean? I generally ask the students, body is neutral. Then the students reply, students का जवाब होता है, it has no charge. It has no charge. Students, this is not the correct answer. A body is neutral. It does not mean it has no charge. It has charge, positive as well as negative. But the magnitude of positive charge is equal to magnitude of negative charge. So in case the body is neutral, its meaning is that the magnitude of positive charge on the body is equal to magnitude of negative charge. Now I continue this topic, charging by induction. Suppose this is a body, this is a neutral body. Now close to this body I bring a rod. This is a rod. This rod carries negative charge, as a result of which positive charge will come here, because opposite charges repel each other, attract each other, and the negative charge because like charges repel each other. Opposite charges attract each other, same charges repel each other. So these two charges will repel. So the positive and negative charge of this body will shift in this way. Positive charge will come to this end and the negative charge will go to this end. This is called free charge, and students, this is called bound charge. Now in the next diagram, what I do earthing. When I do earthing, then the negative charge will pass to earth. The positive charge cannot move. Already I have told you it is bound charge. It is bounded with this negative charge of rod. In the next diagram, what I do, I remove the earthing. Keeping the rod at its position. In the next diagram, you see I have removed the rod also. So when you have removed the rod also, this positive charge will spread on the body. So in this way you have seen that without touching the body, I have charged the body. So this method of charging a body without touching it, the method of charging a body without touching it is called, students, चार्जिंग बाय इंडक्शन. अगेन आई एम गोइंग टू रिपीट. ये एक न्यूट्रल बॉडी है. न्यूट्रल बॉडी के पास हम एक नेगेटिवली चार्ज रॉड लाए, जिसकी वजह से पॉजिटिव चार्ज इसके पास अट्रैक्ट हो जाएगा और नेगेटिव चार्ज रिपेल हो जाएगा. इस चार्ज को कहते हैं फ्री चार्ज, इस चार्ज को कहते हैं बाउंड चार्ज, क्योंकि ये चार्ज इस रॉड की वजह से क्या बेटा बाउंड है, मूव नहीं कर सकता. अगले डायग्राम में आप देखिएगा मैंने बॉडी को क्या दे दी बेटा, अर्थिंग कर दी. अर्थिंग करने से नेगेटिव चार्ज कहाँ चला जाएगा बेटा, अर्थ में चला जाएगा. पॉजिटिव चार्ज अपनी जगह है, उसे इस रॉड ने अपने बांध के रखा हुआ है. इसके बाद बेटा हमने क्या करा, अर्थिंग हटा दी. नेक्स्ट डायग्राम में बेटा हमने रॉड हटा दी. जब रॉड हटा दोगे तो ये चार्ज क्या होगा, पूरी बॉडी पे फैल जाएगा. सो इन दिस वे यू आर गोइंग टू सी कि द बॉडी हैज बीन चार्ज विदाउट टचिंग इट. So this method of charging a body without touching it is called charging by induction. Just we have studied about the methods of charging a body. I have taught you 3 methods. Method number 1 by friction, number 2 charging by conduction, and number 3 charging by induction. Now we are switching on to the next topic, that is comparison of mass and charge. Students, mass and charge both are the fundamental properties of matter, yet they have certain similarities and differences. First of all, mass follows inverse square law. Charge also follows inverse square law. In 11th class, students, you have studied that the force acting between two masses is determined by gravitational force, that is Newton's gravitation law. So in case of masses, it is Newton's law of gravitation which determines the force, and in case of charge, it is Coulomb's law of electrostatic force which determines the force between the two charges. Next is charges are of 2 types, that is positive and negative, while mass does not possess this type of discrimination, or you can say division. The next is the force acting between the two charges may be attractive or repulsive. Like charges repel each other, opposite charges attract each other, while in case of mass, the force is only of attraction, that is gravitational force of attraction. In case of charge, charge is conserved, but mass is not conserved. As in 11th class, you people have studied that mass is converted into energy. E is equal to mc square. So mass is not conserved. So remember that charge is conserved but mass is not conserved. So in this way there are certain similarities and there are certain differences between the properties of charge and mass. So the comparison chart is you can follow ki the mass is follow inverse square law, charge also follows inverse square law. Charges are of two types, positive and negative. Mass does not possess this type of division. Force in case of mass is only of attraction, that is gravitational force, while in case of charge the force may be attractive or repulsive. Charge is conserved while mass is not conserved because mass is converted into energy according to this equation, E is equal to mc square. So this was the comparison between mass and charge. Now the next very important topic is Coulomb's law of electrostatic force. Students, we have studied like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. The question is that the two charges are going to attract or repel each other with how much force. Means now our problem turns to calculate the magnitude of the force between the two charges. Suppose students, this is charge q1, this is another charge q2 and the two charges are separated by a distance r. Coulomb's law of electrostatic force states that the force of attraction or repulsion between two charges is directly proportional to product of the magnitude of the two charges and inversely proportional to square of the distance between the two charges. Coulomb's law of electrostatic force states that the electrostatic force acting between 2 point charges at rest is directly proportional to magnitude of product of the two charges and inversely proportional to square of the distance between the two charges. Suppose q1 and q2 are two charges separated by distance r in space or vacuum, then the force acting between the two charges is proportional to q1 q2 and F is proportional to 1 upon r square. दो चार्जेस के बीच में लगने वाला इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स दोनों चार्जेस के मैग्नीट्यूड प्रोडक्ट के मैग्नीट्यूड के डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होता है और उनके बीच के डिस्टेंस के स्क्वायर के इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल होता है. तो F इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू q1 q2, F इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू 1 upon r square. Combine the two, you will have F is proportional to q1 q2 upon r square. In order to remove the proportionality sign, we shall introduce a constant. This constant is called k q1 q2 upon what? R square. F is equal to k q1 q2 upon r square. What is k? K is, students, proportionality constant. Students, what is k? K is proportionality constant. K depends on number one, students, nature of medium between two charges. So first of all, it depends on the nature of medium of two charges. What is the medium between the two charges? It is air, it is vacuum, it is a dielectric medium. What is the medium between the two charges? Second, it depends on the system of unit in which charge, distance and force is measured. So remember that K proportionality constant, K depends on the medium between the two charges as well as it depends on the system of units in which charge, force and distance is measured. In case we use SI system, then the value of K is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. The value of K is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. So therefore, students, F is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Q1 Q2 upon what? R square. This is called Coulomb's law of electrostatic force. Students, this K is expressed in terms of a quantity that is called epsilon. Epsilon. So K is expressed in terms of quantity that is called epsilon. K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, that is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. What is this epsilon naught? Epsilon naught is called, students, what? Permittivity. Permittivity of free space or vacuum. So dear students, once again I am going to brief. The force acting between two charges is proportional to Q1, Q2. Force is inversely proportional to square of the distance. F is proportional to Q1, Q2 upon R square. To remove this proportionality sign, we introduce a constant K. K is proportionality constant, which depends on nature of medium between the two charges. Secondly, it depends on the system of unit. In which charge, distance and force is measured. In case we use SI system, अगर बेटा हम SI system, इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट यूज करते हैं, तो K की वैल्यू कितनी होती है? 9 into 10 to the power 9. तो F क्या बन जाएगा बेटा हमारा? From here you can see the value of F will become what? K 9 into 10 to the power 9 Q1 Q2 upon R square. This K can be explained in terms epsilon. Epsilon is a constant. Basically this is a Greek letter. So K in terms of epsilon can be written as K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Epsilon naught is called permittivity of free space. Epsilon naught is called permittivity of free space. Now let us calculate value of epsilon naught. Students, we know, just you have written that K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. So therefore, epsilon naught is equal to 1 upon 4 pi into 9 into 10 to the power 9. When we solve it, we shall find out 8.86 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. So remember students, the value of the epsilon naught is numerically equal to 8.86 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. Let us see dimensions of epsilon naught. F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon what? R square. So epsilon naught is equal to 1 upon 4 pi F, or epsilon naught is equal to ml t power minus 2 at square upon what? L square. So the dimension has become m L power minus 3. M L power minus 3. This t square will go in the numerator, positive t square, t power 4, a power 2. So what is the dimension of epsilon naught? 1 upon mlt power minus 2, at square, L square, or we can write m power minus 1, L square cube minus 3, then t square and a square. These are the dimensions of what? Epsilon. So epsilon is permittivity of free space. Its value is 8.86 10 to the minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square, and the dimension is m power minus 1. Again I am going to write m power minus 1, l power minus 3, t power 4, a power 2. These are the dimensions of epsilon naught. So dear students, this was my first lecture on electrostatics. Now, it is my humble request to you all that if you like this video, please like and comment. Also, I request you to share it with your friends. अपने friends के साथ इसे share करें, subscribe करें, और ताकि इस channel की information आपको मिलती रहे, ring the bell icon. Please ring the bell icon. Thank you.